Hello everyone, my name is Julio Napoles. I'm going to talk about learning styles and strategies, more importantly strategies. Learning styles refers to a person's preferred learning way, and it is usually connected with their abilities and intelligence. Strategies are specific approaches that you use to find a solution to a problem or task. Today, I will focus on speaking strategies to help students improve their language development in a supportive, encouraging way. Most of the students have trouble communicating, so I always try to help them on that task. First of all, we should provide students with the necessary and appropriate materials, vocabulary, and the atmosphere is also very important. For example, some textbooks, well, all textbooks have communicative activities after a lesson or a unit or before a reading activity to engage students depending on the topic. But they have just 2 or 3 questions, okay, which is not enough. For example, if the main topic is food, they have just 2 questions like what's your favorite food, do you like pasta, and another question. But that's not enough time because students can take like just not even a minute, okay, especially students that don't talk very much. You might have some students that speak for less than a minute, and you could have other ones that span more and talk more. So you have a problem there because students finish and just have nothing to do, and while the other ones are speaking a little more but not that much. So I find I always have, depending on the lesson or the topic of the unit, I find questions. I have like 100 questions per topic. I download them from the internet, so I don't have to type them all. Questions, for example, the main topic is food. I have questions like, can you cook well? Do you drink coffee? Did you drink coffee this morning? Did you eat out lunch today? Do you always eat dinner with your family? Do you like to try out new drinks? Do you often eat out? Do you prefer fish or meat? Okay. Do you prefer to eat in a restaurant or at home? And more complex questions depending on the level. For example, have you ever eaten dog meat? How long do you take to eat lunch? How many calories do most people need every day, and so on and on and on. So they have a number of questions. What I usually do, I set students in, I pair students or I find groups of 3, okay? And I have this sheet of paper, so I cut out slips of questions. Like 10, I give students a set of 10 questions per pair or group. So they start talking. If students don't speak much, they will finish faster, but I have another slip with another set of questions so they can continue, so they can talk for not only 1 or 2 minutes, they can talk for 5 minutes or even more, okay? So that encourages and motivates students. Some students get really excited because they have something that I provide them with. So that's very important. And because if you just tell them, okay, talk about food, they don't have enough material. So we need to give them the appropriate and enough material, and also the right vocabulary. So I consider that very important. Also something that is very important is having a positive attitude. Teacher and student, having a positive attitude influences a lot. So I will explain some of the strategies that are good for speaking. There are a lot, okay, but the ones that are considered more important, okay. Well, first of all, if it's a low level, you can model the language by saying aloud and writing the ideas and concepts you're teaching. The teacher should set the example first, so students gain confidence and know what to do. We have to be specific and tell students what they will be doing and also the objective, right? if you will be practicing fluency or focusing on a grammar topic, just for example. Well, some of the teaching strategies that I consider very important is finding topics that interest my students so they can feel motivated to talk. I try to find updated material that is according to the grammar or teaching goal and adapted to what my students like and need. The activity can be a debate, role play, a board game, or etc. For example, board games like Taboo and Apples to Apples are very good to practice communication. So students like them a lot, and they get to speak, even discuss with Apples to Apples, or describing things with Taboo. There are a lot of board games and competitions you can have. So that's mainly it. That's what I consider. I know there are a lot of strategies that are also very important. So that's what I consider very important.